You've just relapsed while on Nofap, which is normal. Everyone relapses once or twice while on Nofap. The important question now is what to do. What are the quick fixes that will not only undo the progress you've been making on your Nofap, but also ensure that you don't relapse once more? Before we get started, let me tell you about the cause that has helped thousands of PMO addicts escape the pit of porn and masturbation addiction. In this video, we look at 3 action steps that you need to take as soon as you relapse. You will notice that you relapse less frequently and that your life improves as a result of habituating these simple steps. After a Nofap relapse, the first thing you must do right away is change your mindset. If you don't do this, you will experience the chaser effect and binge relapse, thus finding it difficult to get back on the Nofap wagon. Therefore, if you're feeling down, hopeless, or like a failure because you just relapsed, this mindset shift is crucial. The progress you've made on Nofap is still very much intact, so this one relapse does not signal the end of your journey. Instead, it simply indicates that it's time for you to continue learning about yourself. Those feelings won't do you any good, and things will only get worse from there. When things get bad for you, you'll tend to turn to more porn for comfort. You have the power to quickly choose to break free from your PMO addiction cycle. To that end, write down what I'm going to say next, and note what caused your relapse. Then, when you've relapsed, take a seat, clear your thoughts, and walk back where you were. Secondly, consider the times just before a relapse. The idea is to identify the PMO triggers that lead to these situations. These stimuli could be emotional or physical in nature. Physical triggers include things like seeing a nude movie, listening to music on the radio, spotting a gorgeous model on Instagram, or simply daydreaming about a phone. Emotional triggers include things like depression at the bottom, feeling inadequate about something, failing at something, or using triggers that have been subtly programmed to elicit an emotion following a life event. The reason these triggers work so well is that you typically watch porn and get a rush when any of these events occur, which means your brain has developed strong neural pathways. Write down the events that are triggering your point use going forward after you relapse. Your task is to eliminate the triggers that you can and prepare. Examples of these events include being alone at home, sitting down in front of your computer, taking a bath in the morning, and so on. If there are certain events or triggers that you are unable to completely remove from your life, such as seeing a model on Instagram, listening to music on the radio, or spending time alone at home, you can unfollow the models, reduce access to different visual triggers. Thirdly, in the event that you are unfamiliar with the chaser effect, get ready for it. The chaser effect is the result of starving your body of orgasms. So let's say you go 30 days clean and you relapse. The chaser effect is the tendency to binge, relapse, and fall back into the cycle. The chaser effect occurs after your orgasm on a Nofap streak. What you should do following your first relapse is recognize the possibility of engaging in a PMO binge. Knowing about this chaser effect will enable you to recognize it when it arises, as opposed to the chaser effect taking you by surprise after you relapse and leaving you thinking, "What the hell, I've already relapsed. Might as well binge on it." When you binge after a relapse, the harm is you'll be much worse off than you were before you started the Nofap streak. You'll be physically, mentally, and emotionally exhausted after the binge, and you've kind of reset your progress by going back to where you were originally before. So if you happen to relapse after a substantial streak, identify the thoughts afterwards and do a mindset reframe. Like, for example, look, that's my addict brain speaking again. This technique is known as cognitive diffusion. With practice, you will get better and you will escape the binge relapse cycle. I have created a free Nofap guide to help you kickstart your journey. Click the link in the description below to grab a copy. I normally release videos like this every week, so make sure to subscribe to my channel for more thought-provoking Nofap videos like this one. I'll see you in the next one.